Hello YouTube, Intuitive Edge. Now that President Trump has narrowed down his picks for Supreme Court, and he is due to announce his pick on Monday, there are three that seem to be headlining in the news, and I'd like to take a look at each of them and see how they are as a person, as a judge, what obstacles they might face, and whether they might be the nominee that Trump ultimately picks. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pause the video, shuffle up the cards, and then I'll be back. So the first person we'll be looking at is Brett Kavanaugh. I did shuffle up the cards just now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. So, Brett Kavanaugh. So what type of person is he? What type of judge is he? Okay. So I get somebody who is fairly balanced. This person likes to look ahead and see kind of the bigger picture. He's pretty methodical. I get that he likes to go in sequence and look at the steps that leads up to his decisions. He's pretty methodical and balanced in that manner as a judge. Okay, so what crosses him? We've got the Three of Sky. This is kind of a... When you've got this card, it's a kind of like a tough... he may have some challenges within himself being nominated. There may be some challenges to his nomination based on some emotional type of appeal. There may be some challenges with that, with his nomination. He's got the Grace card, but it's reversed. So I don't know that he'll ultimately be the one who is picked. Again, I don't think he would be a bad choice. I think he's pretty methodical but I get a positive feeling with him. But with this card, a reversal on that, I don't think he will ultimately be the one that President Trump selects. That's just kind of my take on Mr. Kavanaugh at this point. Okay, at this juncture anyway. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and come back and we'll do our next candidate. The next person we're going to look at is Coney Barrett. I have shuffled up the cards, so let's see if we need to shuffle anymore or just go ahead and cut the deck. I want to shuffle a little bit more on her. Just a couple more here. Okay, all right. So, Coney Barrett. Again, we're going to look at her as a person. Now with an Ace of Fire, that's pretty fiery energy. I get that she's a powerful lady. She's a mover and a shaker. She's very driven. She's somebody who is she likes to get results. I get she's very results oriented. She likes to look at cases from the standpoint of what are the long-term ramifications? What are the results? How do we come to a conclusion, and what will be the long-term ramifications from the decisions that are made? She looks at she looks at cases, I'm getting, kind of from the end result looking back in. So kind of where does it take us, and then we go from there and see how those decisions play out in the real world. So she's very driven, very results oriented, and very future looking from a future perspective. Okay. Now she's crossed. The crossing card is the C-Tom. This is a card of messenger, meaning there's more shall be revealed. She's definitely on Trump's radar. I think he likes her energy, her driven nature, her drive. Now she's got the give and take on her outcome. And to me, this is like her time to give. So and all of her cards are upright. She's got a pretty good chance. We'll see what cards fall on the next person, but she has a pretty good chance. I think, and with this more shall be revealed, I think there's something else that might play into this that kind of lets us know one way or the other down the road what President Trump is ultimately going to choose for her. But it looks pretty promising for her at this point, I think. That's my take on it. Okay, I'm going to pause it. We'll come back and do the third person. So the next person on the list is a man by the name of Raymond Burke. I did shuffle up the cards, so I'm going to see if we need to shuffle some more or if we can go ahead and cut the deck. I think we're good. We're going to go ahead and cut the deck here. All right, so Mr. Burke, Raymond Burke. So we have the Emperor card. I get that this gentleman with the Emperor card, if he feels like he's got a real solid core to himself, like regarding his, he's got a good solid understanding of the law and morality and how to interpret things. I feel like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He may be, he seems to be a strict, strict interpretation of the law. I don't think he delves into the realm of nuance, or he's not a gray area. He's a little more black and white kind of thinking. He would probably be like maybe a strict constitutionalist, as some would like to see on the court. Some have said that that's what the president is wanting. He would probably do well by that line of thinking. He feels like he's pretty, he doesn't deviate from the letter of the law. He's pretty good with that. Anyway, all right, next card. So we're crossed by, he's got the 2. This feels actually pretty positive for him, that he might ultimately be chosen or picked. This card being the partnership card, it's possible that he could ultimately be picked. Let's see what the next card is. Well, that kind of cast doubt on that a little bit. With the 8 of Sky, there may be some difficulty that he has to overcome with regard to the possible nomination for him, and I wanted to just look at the overall for him just to kind of clear this up a little bit, because this seemed positive, but then this 8 of Sky is a little bit like a little bit hemmed in, or like difficulty, but yet there's something. This is a card of fate and karma, so I'm thinking he's got a good chance at being selected. I'm gonna pull 3 more cards out of these 3 that we've worked on here, and see the chances of any of these, because maybe there's somebody else too that, that wouldn't surprise me at all if President Trump completely threw out a name that nobody's been thinking of. So I actually kind of expect that from President Trump on Monday when he says he'll have his pick for us. But I'm going to do 3 more cards just to clear up, see if we can get the ultimate outcome for each of these. And I'll be right back. Okay, for this last section, I'm going to do 4 cards. We're going to do, this will be like a ultimate outcome card for this coming Monday. Will this person be selected by President Trump come Monday? We'll try to get a little more clarity on the possibility of those. So we're going to do 4 cards. We're going to do the 3 candidates we just looked at, and then the 4th card will be other. If there's somebody else in the works that President Trump will ultimately choose on Monday that wasn't one of these 3. So let me go ahead and shuffle up the cards, and we will. Oh, we have a tower. Tower popped out. Now that's interesting. This is a card of kind of upheaval, like change. So I'm wondering if President Trump isn't going to select somebody completely different from the stated people that are being talked about in the news. But to clear that up, let's shuffle up the cards and just ask that that the cards show that. The cards, we're just going to look at the right and perfect cards here. So give me just a moment while I shuffle up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut the deck. So the first card is for Brett. Second card is for Amy. Third card is for Raymond. And the 4th card is Other. Okay, they're all upright. So having the Fire Queen on this card that represents Brett tells me that were he to be the nominee, it would cause a lot of consternation. I think there would be some fireworks literally around that nominee. Might be a little contentious if he were the nominee. As far as Amy goes, with this, it's like this is like getting ready to leap. It's like getting ready to make a move. It's possible that she could be picked, and she had some positive cards from earlier in this reading. So she may be on that short list. She may make that ultimate cut. We've got the balance card for Raymond. And I feel like he's kind of, maybe this is like him being kind of hanging in the balance. I don't know ultimately with him. I do think that these people, these 3 are very different from each other, but I do think they would each bring something good as far as what they would bring with their experience and whatnot to the court. But this balance card, it's kind of leaving me feeling like, ooh, it could go either way. So this feels like a toss-up. I think he's a strong consideration, but it feels like could go either way on him. So not sure on that one. The other card, we've got this 8 of Fire, this like rapid shift, change, and move in the other direction. So if I were to boil this down, I would say it looks very strong for Amy. And if she's not the ultimate pick, then I think this is indicating that there's energy and movement on another selection. I think Mr. Kavanaugh's a little volatile, and not him per se, not him explicitly, but I think the Democrats would take a lot of issue with him. There's a little too much volatility surrounding him, so I think he might be a difficult choice. And this one feels like a toss-up, so I guess I'll leave that here. I don't get a definite no on them, so we'll see which one comes forward on Monday, but I think the strongest one looks like Amy. But also a possibility is that 8 of Fire, moving on, picking someone else out of the blue, which I actually do expect President Trump to do, because he likes to do that. He likes to be, throw something out there that nobody thought of and nobody considered, and then he's like, this is what we're doing. So that totally would not surprise me. Okay, we will see what happens on Monday. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.